Peenemünde was very well protected. It was where von Braun made the missiles. He was 18 feet underground in a mountain, and you couldn't do anything to him. All they do is they'd just hear the noise and the vibration, but you couldn't penetrate that. So he was well protected. And at the end, during the end of the war, that's when he came over and became part of our group. Because the Russians were after von Braun and the other guys that knew their business, and it was a rush for the Russia and the United States and England were both after the same scientists, you know. They got some, we got some. And
so when you had gone on the mission and you dropped your bombs, that wasn't it, right? Then you had to get home.
Yeah.
Was that just as dangerous?
You had to stay when you're going on a bomb run. Everybody has to stay in formation, and there was a radio talk, and everybody had opened their bomb bay doors at the same time, and then we let the lead mission always drop the bombs first, and the minute the lead group dropped the bombs, everybody else dropped them, because that was a signal to everybody drop the bomb right at that point, because they knew where the target was. We didn't, but the lead plane did. And you just kept flying through it, and we'd carve out and head north, and then come back over the North Sea back into England. One time we got shot up really bad, and we were losing fuel, something awful, and so the pilot had to continue on. He had to abort our bomb group, and he flew straight into Russia, and that was an experience in itself. Those guys were crazy. The water things we had, we used to have water and soup and stuff like that. The Russians had vodka in their glasses. They were loaded all the time, but that's the way they were. That's the way they acted. That's the way they went into the field, and they were funny though.
Yeah. Did you spend a lot of time looking at and talking about the weather, I assume? Was the weather a big sort of part of your...
Oh yeah, weather was a controlling factor. If one time the weather was so bad that we couldn't get up airborne. At that time, General Patton was coming up from southern Germany across with the Third Army, and he was coming across, and we didn't know that because there was radio silence. So when the weather broke, we went out and bombed Cologne. Patton was already in Cologne and beyond that. So we dropped bombs on some of our own guys. You know, those are some of the dumb things that happened during the war, you know. You couldn't be good and be perfect about everything.